Welcome to Smashville. This is PK Subban.
I'm Dan Hamhuis.
This is Craig Smith.
This is Mike Fisher.
But you need to dig in right now, every guy.
Everybody loves their soldiers until they come home and stop fighting.
Enough is enough.
They need me to bleed, and I'll bleed for my team.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
This is Ryan Johansson. Welcome to Smashville.
This is Philip Forsberg.
I'm Victor Arvidsson.
I'm Ryan Ellis.
I'm Matthias Ekholm.
I'm Beckerin, and you're listening to the Renegades of Puck with Crazy Charlie.
Crazy Charlie puts words in my mouth. You can't trust that guy.
If you can't get some fire, some passion, some energy, and figure out how in the hell to talk about this magnificent sport of hockey that has taken over the city of Nashville, then why are you on the radio? You don't deserve it, and you should do the honorable thing and turn your mic in. You're making a damn fool of yourself.
This is my declaration. I'm coming after every single one of you. The lazy, the tired, the boring voices out there. Your time is up. I'm Crazy Charlie Saunier.
I'm Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck with
Crazy Charlie.
Find a way, boys. No more half-stepping.
Now, here's your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.
Welcome to the Bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, first let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. Once you're good and educated about that show, click on that merchandise tab and take you straight to our classic logo tee and all the different gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. After all, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance as an independent, unaffiliated operation known as the Renegades of Puck. So here's how you can jump in the trenches with us. You can find us on Facebook, Threads, and Instagram. That's where we are primarily active these days. Doesn't cost you a penny, doesn't take you but a second, but it sure does go a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck out there in the social media universe. YouTube, that is where we're posting all of our content these days. So please, if you can support the YouTube channel, that is where it is most important. Stick taps, love, and respect to all of our recent subscribers. We sure do appreciate each and every one of you, and we will have new announcements with our YouTube channel coming here very soon. Once we get to the summer break, a whole lot of stuff is going to start going on, so make sure you subscribe to that channel today. You can support the show financially if you would like to make a donation by going to Venmo. You can scan the QR code that's over there on your desk, or you can just search Renegades of Puck. Every dollar goes a long way to helping the independent operation known as the Renegades of Puck, so if you can spare it, we sure could use it. We are still under construction, halted recently because of the bad weather, but we'll get back to it here in the coming days. So again, appreciate the support from each and every one of you out there. Now listen, I know it's time for the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It's time for operation number 980. That's right. It's time for show number 980. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division after 68 games. They have a record of 25, 35, and 8. 58 points has them in the wastelands of the Central Division, with the little E creeping up on them. More on the Central Division standings update here in just a second. On home ice, which is where the Predators' next game will take place, they have a record of 17, 14, and 3. They've scored 173 goals on the season. They've given up 222 goals against. That's a goal differential of minus 49. Now, the Central Division update before we get into the Predators hosting the Maple Leafs. The Winnipeg Jets are currently in first place after 69 games skated. They have 98 points. They have an 8-point lead over second place Dallas Stars. The Colorado Avalanche are in third place at 87 points. Minnesota, the first team on the outside of the automatic playoff qualifying spots, but well within the wild card race right here. So the Wild in fourth place at 83 points. St. Louis at 77 points. The Utah Hockey Club at 71 points. The Nashville Predators currently sit at 58 points. And the Chicago Blackhawks got the little E next to them, 8th place. Last in the Central, they are officially eliminated from the playoffs at 49 points. The Predators' week ahead will be as follows. This game on Saturday versus the Maple Leafs, and then immediately on the plane to St. Louis for an late afternoon game against the Blues. Tuesday in Carolina, back home Bridgestone Arena on the 27th versus St. Louis yet again, the 29th of March versus Vegas, and closing out the month on the 31st at the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, for the Predators and Toronto Maple Leafs, this is the second of 2 regular season meetings between these teams. Back on December the 4th was the first time they met. It was Toronto scoring the 3-2 victory in Toronto. Saros took the loss, 25 out of 28. Marchessault and Jankowski picked up the goals. Woll picked up the win for the Leafs, 22 out of 24. Matthews did the damage with 2 goals. Nylander added another. weather. When it comes to the Maple Leafs on the season, impressive 42, 24, and 3, 87 points, finds them second in the Atlantic Division and well in control of their playoff destiny. 20, 11, and 2 on the road is also a very good record. 222 goals for in the season, 203 goals against is a goal differential of plus 19. In their most recent stretch of 5 completed games, go back to March the 13th, you found a 3-2 loss versus the Florida Panthers. On the 15th of March, you found a 4-2 loss versus the Ottawa Senators. On the 17th of March, a 6-2 win versus the Calgary Flames. On the 19th of March, a 2-1 win versus the Colorado Avalanche. Most recently, on the 20th of March, a 4-3 win at the New York Rangers. The Rangers made it look close with an empty net with a late goal, but it was a dominant performance by the Leafs overall. Stolars got the victory, 27 out of 30 in the game. The rankings between these two teams going to be very much skewed towards the Toronto Maple Leafs. Goals for category, the Predators 2.53 per game is 32nd overall in the NHL, while the Leafs are at 3.20 goals per game. That's 9th best in the NHL. Goals against 2.93 for Toronto is 15th. For Nashville, 3.26 is 26th. In the shots for category, 29.6 on goal for Nashville is 6th best in the league, while the Maple Leafs are generating 28.3 shots on goal per game. That is 17th best in the league. Shots against, 28.7 for Nashville, 21st, 29.3 against for Toronto. That's 25th. In the special teams categories, it is the Predators with a 20.6% power play conversion rate, 21st overall in the NHL, 39 conversions out of 189 opportunities. For the Maple Leafs, 25.5% is 7th overall in the NHL, 48 conversions on 188 opportunities. The penalty kill for Nashville, 81.8% kill rate. That's 8th best in the league. They've given up 37 power play goals against on the season. The Leafs, 78.2% kill rate is 16th overall in the league. They've given up 44 power play goals against on the seasons. When it comes to the individual statistics and scoring leaders for each of these teams, Philip Forsberg paces the Nashville Predators, 25 goals, 36 assists for 61 points. Jonathan Marchessault is at 19 and 34, 49. Steven Stamkos, 23 goals, 21 assists, 44 points overall. Ryan O'Reilly, 16 goals, 26 assists, 42 points. Roman Josi, the captain, still out injured, 9 goals, 29 assists for 38 points, 5th overall on the team. When it comes to the visiting Toronto Maple Leafs, Mitch Marner, 21 goals, 62 assists, 83 overall points on the season. Nylander, 38 goals, 35 assists, 73 points. Matthews at 27 and 34 for 61. Tavares at 29 and 31 for 60, and he lit the New York Rangers up in their last game. Nyes is at 25 and 20 for 45 in net. Anticipated goaltender matchup sees UC Saros for the home team, 16, 27 and 6, 2.94 goals against average, 8.96 save percentage with 4 shutouts on the season. Going up against Woll, 24, 12 and 0, a 2.70 goals against, a 9.08 save percentage, only 1 shutout on the season. That's got you all set for the Predators to wrap up their 3-game homestand, and it will be against the Maple Leafs. The Preds have failed to pick up a point so far in this homestand, and it's not going to be a very easy thing to do against Toronto. We'll have more coming up on the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We'll go back and we'll talk about what happened against the Anaheim Ducks.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to March 20th, year 2025, when the Nashville Predators were taking on the Anaheim Ducks for the 3rd and final time this season. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines of defensemen the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Stamkos, Bunting, Sissons, and Marchessault, Smith, Svechkov, Evangelista, LaRue, McCarron, and Verano make up the 4th line. Your defensive pairings are Shea and Blankenberg, Del Gaizo and Stastny, Osterley and Barron. Onanen gets the start in net. We go to 2:20 of the first period, where we find our first action of the game. It's Gibson coming with a save on Luke Evangelista, the first shot on goal of the game. At the 5:10 mark of the first period, it's Gibson coming with a save on Blankenberg. At 6:12 of the first, it's Gibson, another save on Del Gaizo. With the 6:18 mark of the first period, it's Lundstrom off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Stamkos picks up his 23rd goal of the season. It was a one-timer from the left circle. The Nashville Predators take an early 1-0 lead and are dominating the play at this point in the game. 8:37 of the first period. Now Gibson comes up with the save on Osterley at the 10:33 mark. Oniden comes up with a save on Minchukov at the 11:52 mark of the first. Oniden comes up with a save on Zellweger. Then 13:22. Oniden a save on Gauthier. The Anaheim Ducks certainly waking up here in the second half of the period. 16:58 now the first. Oniden comes up with a save on Killorn. And then 17:41, a save on McTavish, not once but twice for Justus Oninen. Impressive sequence right here at 18:09. The Predators finally back on the offensive side of things. Gibson comes up with a save on Blankenberg at 19:05. The first, McTavish is off the box. 2 minutes 4 holding the stick. The Predators, though, 0 shots on goal in the partial power play. It would carry over to the second period, but at the end of the first period, the Predators are leading 1-0 and out shooting Anaheim 11-10. Carryover of a minute and 5 seconds of the power play in the second period yields 0 shots on goal. At the 1:35 mark of the second, it's Gibson coming up with a save on Barron at 2:38 of the second. It's Oniden coming up with a save on Zellweger at 5:12 of the second period. Gibson coming up with a save on Blankenberg. 5:29 sees Gibson coming up with a save on Steven Stamkos, and at 6:43 yet another save on Osterley. 7:29 the Ducks break through on the board with Lacombe's 12th goal of the season. A rebound put back. He was left all alone in front at the top of the blue paint. Easy finish right here, tying the game up at 1 apiece. At the 8:32 mark of the second period, it's Oniden coming up with a save on Terry at the 13:19 mark of the second period. It's Terry with his 19th goal of the season. A bar-down snipe puts the Anaheim Ducks ahead by a score of 2-1. 15:36 now of the second period. It's Zegras with his 8th goal of the season. The third whack at the puck goes in as the Preds do nothing but stand around and watch on this one. And immediately the Predators go from leading by 1 to being down by 2. It's 3-1 in favor of the Anaheim Ducks. 18 minutes now, the second period. It's the Nashville Predators pick up a bench minor for 2 men on the ice. Oniden comes up with a save on McTavish. We hit the end of the second period with Strome and Svechkov each getting roughing minors. We hit the end of the period as well with the shots on goal being Anaheim 22 now and Nashville at 19. So the Ducks with 12 shots on goal and 3 goals in the second period. 1:14 of the third period. Gibson comes with a save on Del Gaizo, the 2:35 mark of the third. Oniden comes up with a save on Minchukov, the 5:10 mark of the third period. Gibson comes up with a save on Mark Del Gaizo at 7:45 of the third. Oniden a save on Gauthier. 8:26 now. Oniden comes up with a save on Trouba at the 9:33 mark. Oniden comes up with a save on Minchukov. 10:08 Stamkos off the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Gibson's coming up with a save on Smith, and then Gibson also coming up with a save on Brady Shea. The Nashville Predators penalty kill is able to hold. 12:08 now of the third period. Oniden comes up with a save on Lacombe. 13:28 mark of the third. Gibson comes up with a save on Luke Evangelista at 14:19. Oniden a save on Zellweger. 16:17 of the third period. Gibson a save on Del Gaizo. Then Killorn finishes the game off with the empty netter, his 16th of the season at 19:24. The Anaheim Ducks defeat the Nashville Predators by a score of 4-1 at Bridgestone Arena, sweeping the 3-game season series. And the Anaheim Ducks and the Nashville Predators end up with 34 shots each in this game. Overall, a very disappointing effort for the Nashville Predators. They had a 1-goal lead, dominated the first several minutes of the game, and then simply allowed the Ducks to run them over in the second period as they mostly stood around and watched. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We've got analysis, box score, and so much more coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Let's do some analysis and let's get into the good cold hard numbers known as the box score. Oniden 30 out of 33 in this game, 3 goals against, and you know what? Hung out to dry another night of weak D in and around the crease area. The Anaheim Ducks blew the Predators out of the rink in the second period, and they were all goals that were preventable. Lacomb's goal, where he is just standing on top of the blue paint, putting a rebound back into an empty net. It just simply shouldn't happen. It can't happen, but it has happened all too many times this season. I have no reason to believe with the current defense core makeup of the Nashville Predators that is going to change dramatically. I thought Allen at times was good in this game, but again, not really much of an opportunity to try to win this game when he was hung out to dry the way he was. Stamkos picks up the only goal of the game for the Nashville Predators. It's 23rd of the season, a one-timer from the left circle to pass Mark Recchi. They did a good job on the broadcast talking about Mark Recchi and the history. I've watched many a Mark Recchi hockey game, so it was nice to hear the conversation with Stamkos moving into that spot all by himself right there. Now he's getting closer to 600. Of course, that's not going to happen this season, but early next season, Steven Stamkos will be at the chase to 600. Forsberg picks up an assist in this game. He's got 61 points on the season, continues to lead the team. His 25 goals, his 36 assists are both tops in those categories, and of course his 61 points overall are tops on the team. Still 7 points shy of being a point per game pace as he was all of last season. Marchessault picks up an assist. Better than most on the squad. The Nashville Predators just really did not look all that great out there, but Marchessault deserves some credit for working hard and picking up an assist in this game. Shea had 6 shots on goal, skated 22-43 in total time on ice. Also had 252 in total time on ice shorthanded. Heavy workload, heavy night. Managed to be noticeable when many of the Nashville Predators really weren't. The defense really took a beating in this game. Mark Delgado had 5 shots on goal, also generated 2 hits, 1932 in time on ice, and again, continues to impress and make his case to be a part of this Nashville Predators D-core full-time going into next season. Let's hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital Solutions. Let's head through the box score, the good, cold, hard numbers.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in. Time for the good, cold, hard numbers known as the box score, with Steven Stamkos picking the only goal for the Nashville Predators as their offense continues sinking towards last in the NHL yet again this season. Philip Forsberg picks up an assist. Marchessault picks up an assist. When it comes to your shots on goal, leader Mark Delgado. Actually, it was Brady Shea with 6, then Delgado with 5. 3 was the magic number after that. Blankenberg, Stamkos, and Bunting. When it comes to blocked shots, Stastny had 2, Blankenberg had 2, McCarron had 2, and LaRue also had 2. Considering his limited amount of time on the ice, LaRue made quite the impact. Also in the physical category, 4 hits for Forsberg led the way, and then there's LaRue with 3 hits. 2 hits for Cole Smith, 2 for Mark Delgado. Your time on ice leaders for this game: 2010 for Ryan O'Reilly, 1919 for Steven Stamkos, 1831 for Phil Forsberg. And again, LaRue making an impact, 2 block shots, one of the leaders in that category, 3 hits, one of the leaders in that category, but only 1040 in total time on ice. The power play for this game did go 1 out of 2, Stamkos with the conversion. Your power play time on ice leaders all with exactly 249. Forsberg, Marchessault, O'Reilly, Stamkos, and Nick Blankenberg. When it comes to your penalty kill, the Nashville Predators were perfect, 2 for 2 in this game. Penalty kill time on ice leaders: Michael McCarron at 227, Cole Smith at 144, Nick Blankenberg 232, and Brady Shea 252 paces the Predators overall. Your starting netminder was Jussi Saunier. He goes 30 out of 33, gives up 3 goals against, a 909 save percentage in game, 28 even strength saves, 2 power play saves, and again, hung out to dry by his defense all throughout. Let's go through the other numbers at the bottom of the box score. The power play 1 for 2, the penalty kill 2 for 2, so the Predators win the special teams battle in this game, but still lose 4-1. Face-off winning percentage 50.9%, not bad. 17 hits, 15 block shots, 8 takeaways, 8 giveaways. So the numbers overall don't look that bad. The only problem is the Predators got steamrolled in the second period by the Anaheim Ducks. So they go 0-3, and they fall to the worst offense in the league, and they've been one of the worst, period, recently, but now they're down to 32nd overall in the NHL in goals per game at 2.53. And the little E, well, it is coming. San Jose got theirs the other day. The Blackhawks now have one, and the Predators only being 9 points ahead of Chicago and near the bottoms of the league. Well, that little E is coming very soon for this Nashville Predators team. The sun is getting real low. The weather is getting much nicer and warmer, and people are going to start checking out in massive numbers here over the course of these last 15 games. So that's going to do it for operation number 980. We sure do appreciate your viewership, appreciate your time, and most importantly, we appreciate each and every one of you. Have a fantastic weekend. Should be great weather. The Leafs in town is always an exciting time and moment. They're going to bring lots of fans on a Saturday night, so make sure you're prepared if you're heading on downtown. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick taps, love, and respect.